अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो
Gurubhyo
नमः.
Namaha.
Om Namah
Om Namah
Paramarishibhyo
Paramarishibhyo Namah
Paramarishibhyaha.
Paramarishibhyaha.
Om Namah
Om Namah Paramarishibhyo
Paramarishibhyo Namah
Paramarishibhyaha.
Paramarishibhyaha. Om
Om
Purnamidam
Purnamidam Purnamadaha Purnat Purnamudachyate
Purnasya
Purnasya
Purnamadaya
Purnamadaya
Purnamevavasishyate.
Purnamevavashishyate.
Om
Om
Isavasya
Ishavasya Sarvam
Sarvam Yatkincha
Yatkincha
Jagatyan
Jagat
Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhunjitha Magradah Kasya Svidhanam. Om
Om
Kasyapamvaya
Kasyapamvaya
Sanjatam
Sanjatam
Narayana
Narayana
Padasritam
Padasritam
Srimannarayanam
Narayanam Vande
Yatishvarasya Yajisham
Ishwarashriyajusam
Krishnam
Krishnaya
Kamalapatraksham
Yadaksham
Krishnam Kamalapatraksham Punyasravana Kirtanam
Kirtanam
Vasudevam
Devam
Jagadyonim
Jagadyonim
Naumi
Naumi Narayanam
Narayanam Hare
Hare Krishnaya
Krishnaya
Yadavendraya Jnanamudraya Yogine Nathaya
Nathaya
Rukmishaya
Rukminishaya
Namo
Namo
Vedanta
Vedanta
Vedine
Vedine Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha.
Parabrahmane Namaha.
Om
Om
Asmadgurubhyo
Asmadgurubhyo Namaha.
Jai Srimanarayana.
Jai Srimanarayana.
Jai Srimanarayana. So last week,
Sloka 60 and 60 to 60.
Sloka 60 onwards. Okay, 18th chapter, Sloka 60. Can you see Sloka 60?
Yes, and
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Please go ahead. Anil.
Sure. Chapter 18, Moksha Sannyasa Yogaha, Sloka 60. Swabhavajena kaunteya nibaddhasvena karmana kartum nechasi yenmohat karishyasya vasopi tat. Jai Shivanarana. Chapter 18, Sloka 60 summary. Lord Krishna said, O Arjuna, born by own innate act valor, the battle which you wish not to do due to ignorance, that also you will do involuntarily. Jai Shivanarana.
Jai Srimanarayana. Any questions on this end?
And so essentially, what this means is, even if Arjuna, let's say he goes for meditation, and he will not be able to focus, or his inherent nature will always prompt him to towards Kshatriya
Yes.
dharma. Yeah. And this is true with all of us, and we experience day to day. See, even when we are in these practices, Bhagavad Gita, yoga and scripture study, I think we, of course, improve ourselves, and we try to understand the truth and the nature of Bhagavan and all of that. But our essential core nature doesn't change. Meaning, certain things like, for example, the pursuance or the determination or the kindness you may inherently have, and those things, I think, this is all of us experience this daily.
Yes, Swami. Yep.
For example, I can probably memorize Gita, do something else, but I can never be a priest or something like that, because that requires a different type of vasanas, or let's say mental attitude, I would say. Or at the same time, probably I can't be something like a soldier or someone either. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I think it's hard. I mean, yeah, the priest is a good example, but soldier, those things, right? I mean, still, you might be able to, even though you're born in a sattvic, someone born in a sattvic, right? And if he enlisted in the army or something like that, hopefully the practice will make him, or at least by doing, like, I don't know, for 5 years, 10 years, they be living with or working with the army or the defense, right? I mean,
of course, in army also there could be several roles, and I mean, you see, even you take a very simple example, even with our own domain. Let us say, for example, if somebody wants to give me a CEO job, so maybe I don't have the tendency to or liking towards that. Similarly, some people, they like to be in a certain type of job with inherent nature. Even once you practice Karma Yoga also, Karma Yoga doesn't mean that all your preferences will go away and you will become like a generic person, right? Karma Yoga is whatever you do, you are doing as a service to God, but you do have a preference. Given a choice, what you would like to do. Do you want to do programming or management or, something else?
Right. Yeah. That is a very good point. And I mean, this is, we typically ignore our inherent qualities, and then we try to do something that may not be matching with our inherent qualities or inborn qualities, or qualities that we are associated with. And that will either cause us, trouble, or it makes us fail. And Lord Krishna said, if we are doing our duty, no matter what duty it is, we will be on the path towards, liberation. So it really doesn't. So if we are really interested in liberation, that's what our goal is. Then it really doesn't matter what duty that we are doing. I mean, we don't have to do somebody else's duty. If we want to do it for ourselves, yes, it makes sense. So if for example, I want to become a CEO, as you mentioned, so it is for myself. I mean, I want to earn more money. Becoming a CEO is not going to give me any more qualification to get liberation. Becoming a soldier will not give me any more qualification to become liberated. Becoming a priest also does not give me any more qualification to get liberated.
Very true.
Unless we have the quality that is needed for that particular role, for that particular duty. Okay, so if we are doing the duties as a priest, then we need to have the qualities that support the duty. As long as we have those duties, I mean those qualities, absolutely anybody can do it. But just because that looks cool, or people are people are why all people are falling on his feet or her feet or whatever, right? I mean, I want to be in the position where everybody will start falling on my feet. That is, I am looking at myself, right?
Yes,
As a motive behind, I want to become that. But if if I'm really interested in liberation, then one perfect example is, so let us say there are 10 people who are volunteering in a temple, and there are different jobs of volunteering. One is volunteering in the temple itself, directly helping the priest, let us say. Another job is maybe doing some decoration. Finally, there is a last job everybody wants is to take care of the shoes. Okay. Nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to take up that kind of a role where people have to take care of the shoes of the devotees that are coming, because they're all the way outside. They're not participating. Then they don't know what's going on inside in the temple. So they think, oh, we are so far from God. I mean, so all the whatever benefit that people are getting for doing that kind of, let us say there is a kalyanam going on, there's a event that is going on in the temple for which there is a lot of people are coming, and so all these roles are there. And so if out of these 10 people, one person wants, oh, I will be the one who wants to put garland, right? That we think is the main thing. And so if you offer it to all the people, people have preferences. I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that. Now that preference is coming from their understanding that if I am in the temple close and then offering the garland, that is going to give me more benefit, right? I will be getting whatever is the benefit that we are expecting from that event activity, that I will be getting more than somebody who is standing outside and just taking care of the shoes of the people who are coming in. So that is our thinking, that is, so the one that is taking care of the shoes is the service, providing service. The one who is helping inside the temple is a priest. Look at that way. Lord Krishna says everybody is equal. If they are doing the duty as service to God, no matter what duty they are doing, taking care of the shoes outside in the open, or taking care of the garland inside the temple, both will get the same result. If the one who is doing the service outside, taking care of the shoes, is doing it as service to God, but the one who is inside is feeling great. Oh, so see, I got the, I influenced people, I was first. Somehow I donated so much, and then they gave me importance, and then I'm in this position to put garland on the deity, and that's why
Professor,
yeah,
sorry to interrupt. I have a question on this. See, let's say, for example, of course, I know in our Puranas there are stories. Even the lowest people got liberation and all that. So if our work involves something that is not pleasant or hurtful, so let's say we are expected to do something. I mean, I'll take the extreme example of a butcher, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say somebody that is his kulavrutti, he doesn't know anything else except that job. So still, I think if he does it as as a kind of his duty or karma yoga,
yeah,
is he still okay, or because
yes,
he is hurting animals?
I mean, it is that is again based on Bhagavad Gita, right? I mean, as you said, it is his duty that is assigned. It is his prescribed duty. It is not that he is doing out of his own will, that something is there for me, so that's why I'm doing this. It is not that he changed his position to do this, giving preference to this compared to something else. So I am doing my duty. If it is his duty, then he and doing that duty as service to God is going to give him the same result as anybody else, right? I mean, who was Valmiki?
Yes, that is true.
Right. I mean, before he knew the knowledge, right? He was an ordinary person. He didn't even know what is the other side, right? So based on, so if someone is, I mean, it is difficult for that person to even have this understanding of doing it as service to God, because they are somehow in that position, and they have not been imparted the knowledge. But let us say they have the knowledge of God and service to God, doing it as service to God. Then that activity, is not going to give any negative negative merits, demerit. However, once they know that, they should not, once they know Paramatma, God, and what he likes, what he doesn't like us to do, then they will try to change. So that is where they may change. But if Arjuna, say for example, it is his duty to take, kill those people who are bad, right? Now he is killing, right? What's the difference between Arjuna and the person who is given the duty of taking care of food for people who are dependent on him, right? I mean, it is not again, it is not something that we have to pursue it, like if just because we said, oh, then it must be okay for me to go and start killing the animal. No, it is not. So I mean, it is not, I'm not doing my duty there, right? What is assigned to me is different, and I have the knowledge that we shouldn't be doing it. So just because somebody else is doing it, I should not now change and do it. And one more thing is, let us say if I am really sattvic and I try to do such kind of activity, I will not be able to. Okay. And same, the other way is also true. Like if one is truly tamasic, they will have difficulty pursuing the sattvic activities. So they have to slowly go step by step. It is not going to happen overnight. Just because they see somebody sattvic and that person is getting, whatever, like as I said, like in today's terms, cool things, right? Or somebody said, oh, if you do this kind of activity, then only you get liberation, somebody told. Then they want to change. That's not going to give them any more result than what they are already doing. So it's better for somebody who is, whatever duty is assigned, they do that duty and do it as a service to God. I mean, do it as karma yoga, and then it will make, give them the next step. May not be in that life, but in the next life, because they will be clearing the karmic bondage and they will move up the chain. But if they suddenly want to go from that state, lowest state, to the state where they they have to have higher skills, I mean, when I'm calling skills, because that is what we know in this world. It's a quality, the inborn quality that is needed to do a particular activity. If that is missing, it becomes difficult for them. So even if we wish to do that activity, we will fail and go back to where we were, unless our inborn activity changes. Inborn quality changes. Now, in case of Arjuna, it is the opposite. He did not want to do something that he was supposed to do, and which is not matching his inborn quality. So his ignorance is thinking that I can do any duty. I can simply switch from being a Kshatriya to being a Jnana Yogi. He wants to switch because he didn't like being a Kshatriya. He didn't like to kill those enemies who are bad for the society, because they are his relatives. So he was trying to jump duty because he did not like. So that is where, he will fail there. That's what Lord Krishna is saying. He will fail in that particular duty that he wants to do, the changed duty, and he will come back to doing what he's used to do, that is fighting. Now that will be even worse, because by the time let us say even the war could have been over, right? Because without Arjuna, Pandavas would not be able to stand. And then let's say Arjuna runs away for a month and then comes back, and nobody would be there. So everybody will blame him, and he will feel sorry for not being able to fight. Now, if he says, "Oh, I want to fight now," that's too late, right? So he should do his duty of fighting in that war, because that is what his inborn quality is, and trying to change it because it is just my wish not to do it is not going to work.
Very
Well,
clear. Thank you.
So I mean, but someone who is born Rajasic or Tamasic, right? He has to try to go into Sattvic, right? I mean, he can't just leave it saying, this is my inherent quality, so I don't need to, right? I mean, I'll just move on. I'll just do like this, right? Then the next Janma, then he'll become same thing, Rajasic, right? When will he go to Sattvic at all, right? He'll,
Yeah, I mean, they should try to change the quality. It is not that they have to do, they have to follow the same qualities that they are, let us say, they're born with, right? So their inborn quality is, say, Rajasic or Tamasic. Lord Krishna is saying not to, change. The whole Bhagavad Gita is to give what is right, what is the knowledge that we need to gain, Sattvic, right?
Yeah.
So once we get that knowledge, then we can, our association with that higher guna will become stronger. So I will get attached to Sattvic guna, not the Rajasic or Tamasic, right? So I might be able to do the activities as a Sattvic person because my guna has completely changed, because I was able to practice it. And if I'm attached to Sattvic guna, my next life will be in line with what guna that I'm attached to. Guna Sangha, right, is the reason for our next birth. Is going to drive our next birth. So if I'm associated with Sattvic, then I will be taking birth in a body which is going to continue the Sattvic mode. So it becomes easy for me to go in that journey, Sattvic journey. So, but without changing the inborn quality, that is where the difference is. Like without changing that quality, without trying to see, okay, this is what Sattvic is, this is Rajasic, this is Tamasic, I want to improve. If I simply want to change the duty, that's where the problem is.
Okay.
So I think that, the lack of knowledge of people is that they look at the duty only and don't look at the inherent quality that is associated with the duty. So they look at, let us say, I want to become a cop, right? Because cop looks cool, let us say. He doesn't have to worry about his safety, and he's getting a lot of money, and everybody respects the cops, and cops get a lot of benefits. Oh, I want to become a cop. Now, what is the inherent quality that I need to have in order to become a cop? That is where, for becoming a cop, they are going to have an interview and all that stuff, right? They're going to check everything properly before giving the job of a cop. Right? So we accept the fact that I cannot become a cop simply because I wish to become a cop. But unfortunately, we are not accepting that the other ones, like whatever has been in the society for a long time, that oh, why are you saying that I cannot become like this? Why are you saying that you have to be, it's like, let us say tomorrow I apply for a job of a cop, and then they say no. Then why are you saying that you have to be a painter only? Why can't I become a cop? Maybe, in order to become a cop, first thing is that we need to have perfect record. Like, I'm not, I'm an honest person, and I did not get involved in any fights with people, and let us say those are some of the things. And they found out that maybe this person who applied for the job of a cop had a different background. So it's possible that when they give the responsibility to the cop, to that person as a cop, he may go and start hurting people just because he wishes to, right?
Yeah.
So then they say, oh no, I'm not going to give you. So that wish of that person is not sufficient in case of becoming a cop. Same goes for anything that is there in the scriptures, right? Just the wish is not sufficient. Arjuna's wish was not to fight. That is not sufficient. So again, cop, if let us equate Arjuna to a cop. Now, a cop is doing his duty. That is what he knows since day one. It's 30 years, 40 years, he has been a cop. And then he gets into a situation where, suddenly he doesn't want to, do his duty. So he wants to walk away from the duty. It is going not only going to hurt the society, it is going to hurt him also, because he will always feel sorry that he could not do his duty, right? So same is here, right? Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna that if you just run away from this, just because you wish not to do it, for whatever reason you have, reasons of convenience, yeah, you will feel sorry for it later. And he's actually saying that you'll not be able to run away. You will come back and then try to fight again.
Yeah, because I think the Balaji's example, right? I'm trying to understand, when will the butcher be sattvic, right? I mean, because first of all, he need to realize that this is something wrong I'm doing, though it's my duty, right? He has to change internally, right? Internal this thing. Then you need to switch over at least slowly, right? I think it will take probably maybe a few janmas also, right?
Yeah, I mean, so let us take before changing that thought. So basically, the person will change when he is blessed by someone, like, let us say he comes across a situation where he will meet somebody.
Someone,
right? So it is not out of his own will that he wants to suddenly. Why would I mean, let us say there's some machine learning research going on. I have no idea about that at all, right? Then how would I even imagine that I'm going to learn machine learning, right? So I meet somebody, I happen to, I was walking in the community, and then somebody comes across, and then somehow he tells me, oh, there's this machine learning is going on. Then I will know, oh, great. So out of the blessing, that's what we call as blessing, right? Blessings of our Acharya, blessings of Paramatma will guide us towards this, So, and one more thing is that if he is doing the task knowingly or unknowingly as a service with no harmful intentions, that starts cleaning up his karmic bondage. Having karmic bondage is the impediment or obstacle to move higher. So as the karmic bondage starts getting cleared, we come across the opportunities to grow. So we will be walking on the road, and then somebody will tell, oh, there's an opportunity here. And then now we get interested, and then we go and start learning that new knowledge. So it is, that's why we call it as a blessing. It's not our own effort that will give us that new path to lead, right? So whenever we think, oh, okay, and now we are chanting Bhagavad Gita, learning this knowledge, I mean, it is not because of our own efforts. It is Acharya's blessings. It is wise people when they blessed us, or in some manner, Paramatma's blessings always there with us. So that with those blessings we are able to somehow connect. Now, when we get connected, it is again up. It is up to us to continue the journey. So if let us say we get connected to Acharya, and if you don't want to follow, then again we'll be on our own. We'll be on a downward path. But having got the opportunity to connect with Acharya, we can, that gives us the path to go up, right? So it is for us to change. But that change will not happen unless there is a blessing. So again, Newton's first law of motion. An object will continue to be in the state of rest or in the state of motion until it is acted on by external force. So there is an external force that acted on us when we started changing. So for this butcher, once their karmic bondage is come to a stage where they can move up, they get the opportunity to meet somebody. Then if they are if they take that opportunity, then they will move up. If they don't, continue to go down.
Okay, understand. Thank you.
That's good. Okay, move on to 61. Can you see 61?
It is about to come. Yes, coming.
Okay, is it sharing?
You are sharing, sir, but not. Yes, now I can see.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Chapter 18, Moksha Sannyasa Yogaha, Sloka 61. Ishvaraha sarvabhutanam hruddesyaarjuna tishtati. Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantrarudhani mayaya. Jai Shri Mannarayana, chapter 18, sloka 61 summary. Lord Krishna said, O Arjuna, Supreme Lord dwells in the heart region of all beings, causing all beings mounted on the machine called nature to act by the gunas, qualities of Prakriti, nature. Jai Shri Mannarayana.
Jai Shri Mannarayana. Any questions on this one?
Yeah, I think this is once again the Karma Yoga. Bhagavan already gave us this knowledge. And also in the Atma Samyama Yoga, Rete Havashopsaha. And yeah, I think Sadrisham Chesta Se Karmas, that sloka in the Karma Yoga. Sadrisham Chesta Te Svasyaha, Vikrute Guna. That one. So essentially, the way I try to understand this, and we have to realize that we can get better and better, but we are not independent. That's the way I kind of understood it.
Yeah. We are not independent at all. I mean, that is So there typically, I mean, again, I think we mentioned this earlier also. So we think easy things I can do by myself, or whenever the result comes, I did by myself. When it is hard, or when the result is not coming, right? I mean, or the result is not what we are expecting, then we say, oh, God, right? So we claim our dependence only when certain conditions occur. We claim independence otherwise. So when I'm becoming better and better, I am claiming I am doing it by myself. I'm independent. But when I do not cross a boundary, that is when I say, oh, I have a dependency now, right? So that is a typical understanding, thinking, right? I mean, uh, what Lord Krishna is saying in entire Bhagavad Gita is that we are not independent. We are always dependent on Him for everything. So for whatever work we do and for whatever results that we are getting, we are always dependent on Him only. So the counter argument that people make is that, if you say you are dependent on Paramatma for everything, God for everything, then you will stop doing the activity. What motivation do you have to do the activity? Or when will you become better? So if you let us say, okay, I will do whatever, and then the result is going to come, whatever He decides. It's not dependent on what I do. It's always what He gives, right? I mean, no matter what I do, the result is going to be same. That is another thing they will say. So then why should I do? All this is like not based on the solid grounds. They no matter what I do, the result is going to be same is not correct. Okay. So that is not correct. Even the bad results was also given to us by Paramatma only. And if we do well, then the good result is given by Paramatma only. So whatever may be the result, he is the one who is giving. But it is not preordained that he will say, okay, I'm going to give this result to you no matter how much you do, no matter what you do. That is not Paramatma doing. The Paramatma gives the result. That is what, that's where we have dependency on. But it is not that he pre-decides and gives the same result no matter what we do. So we cannot say that no matter what I do, I'll get the same result. Right? So, if, one example we can think of is like, students are writing, taking a test. And who gives the marks?
Teacher.
Teacher gives the marks. So no, just because teacher is giving the marks, no matter how much what I do, the teacher is always going to give me, so I don't have to do anything. That's not correct, right? I mean, we have to write the question paper well, answer well. When the marks are given, yes, the teacher is looking at it and giving the results to us. Sorry, marks to us. Okay, but it is not predefined. It also doesn't mean that, I mean, if we write really well, we are going to get the first grade, right? Or the first rank or A grade. So that is again in teacher's hands, what grade to give and how much marks to give. But if we don't do our duty properly, then obviously the result is not going to be good. Because Paramatma doesn't have any bias. So If someone intentionally doesn't do well, then Paramatma has to give a bad result.
Good person, yeah.
Okay, but one thing is that when we really do well, why am I getting bad result is what people ask, right? That is because of our karmic bondage. So if we are really doing everything same as, let us say, somebody else, and I'm not getting the same result as somebody else, then it is purely, that's why our scriptures are so great, that it is because of our karmic bondage that we have to experience those, whereas the other person has a lesser karmic bondage will get the better results, because they are not supposed to experience. Say somebody is supposed to experience financial troubles, then no matter how much they try, they will be forced with the financial troubles. That is their karmic bondage, not because some God has preordained that I will have to suffer and somebody else has to always enjoy all the benefits. So it is our karmic bondage which is driving us. So based on that knowledge, we know that we have to clear our karmic bondage. And ultimately, when our karmic bondage is completely cleared, we will not have to go through this again. Because no matter how much our karmic bondage goes down, we are always going to be under the influence of gunas, and we are always going to have some kind of pains, troubles, and for this body, even if we have truly atma centric, right? But still, the body feels the pain, so we will feel the pain. So we, for us, the best thing is not to take birth again at all. And for that, Lord Krishna said that you may be at let's say level 0, go up, go up the levels, and then finally you will reach the Paramapada, moksha, and that you will go up when your karmic bondage starts going down. So we have to do the activities that reduce our karmic bondage, which is karma yoga. So because when I'm at the lowest level, right, the only thing that I can practice is karma yoga. Other things are difficult for me to do. So I have to start with karma yoga, and then so as I make progress, then other things become easy for me. So other means that were given will become kind of natural. Like I don't have to have too much pain trying to follow the other practices. For example, let's take this itself, right? It's 8 o'clock Saturday night. You are able to participate in this satsang, and whereas a lot of other people are going out and enjoying. Now, for you, it didn't pain you. It is not at the back of your mind. It is not having any pain for you that, oh, I'm missing out on other things, because you are already at a level where you are comfortable, you are practicing this. But let us say I pick somebody from the road and then ask that person to, hey, I'll give you $10. You sit in this satsang and try to understand this thing. They will not be able to stick for a long time. So they'll go back to whatever they were doing. So it is their karmic bondage that is not letting them join these sessions, but it is our karmic bondage which is lower, which is able to make us practice this. Now again, we are going to learn in the next couple of slokas that we should not be saying that because of my own efforts I'm able to learn this, I'm able to participate in this satsang, or I'm able to do these service activities. It is always because of Paramatma only.
Blessing, yeah.
So that is we are just an instrument. We feel that we are just an instrument, and he is the one who is giving us the energy, who is giving us the jnanam, who is making the environment suitable for us to sit and discuss Bhagavad Gita. If the environment is, that's not in my hand. And then, there are so many things that are not in my hand. So even if I was wishing that my karmic bondage is low, I want to do it, I may not have the opportunity to participate in satsang if he was not helping. So that's why, it is ultimately he's the one who is making this happen. I'm just an instrument. I'm able to just declare my dependence on him. I'm not saying that I'm independent, I'm able to do this. I'm dependent on you. You give me the opportunity, and when the opportunity comes, we are telling Paramatma, Paramatma blessed us with this opportunity and gave the energy for us to do this activity. Same, in whatever we are doing, if we have that, then our karmic bondage starts going down. So we go up and up, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
So this is, so Lord dwells in the heart region of all beings. So there are two aspects to it. In this sloka, we mentioned the physical aspect to it, right? And in the next sloka, I think we explained the spiritual aspect for that. Is it true? This Maya, you are able to understand it, and this is something that is important. That Maya does not mean illusion. Maya means it is the nature, which is complex for us. So it came earlier also. We explained those slokas here, and the reason, where it was mentioned, and what is the context in which it was mentioned, and why this Maya does not mean illusion, it means nature. So by the nature, so that's why Lord Krishna says that we are acting because of Maya. Okay, by Maya, he said. So that by Maya does not mean we are acting because we are because of illusion. We think we are acting, but we are really not acting. That is not the meaning here. Maya here means Prakriti. By Prakriti means the gunas of the Prakriti. So they are, they are making us act in that way, right? Imagine if we eat something really, really hot, spicy, right? Then our action will be according to that, right? We'll start saying like that, right? So, whatever that quality we are able to attach to, our reaction will be based on that quality. If we eat something that is really hot, the temperature hot, then our reaction will be based on that. So whatever we are experiencing is based on that quality. Okay, just to let you understand, for understanding, of course, we discussed more about that in the previous chapters, but it is, we are acting because of the gunas that we are associated with, and those gunas are coming from Prakriti.
Prakriti, yeah.
Because the Sattva, Rajas and Tamas are not the inherent qualities of Atma. So if they are not inherent qualities of Atma, then where are they coming from? Coming from nature. And nature has those qualities. We are experiencing them because we are attached to it. And the story goes on. Okay. Move on to Sloka 62. Okay, Sloka 62, please chant.
I can go ahead and
Yeah.
Sloka 62. Tameva saranam gaccha sarvabhavena bharata tat prasadat param santim sthanam prapsyasi saswatam. Jai Shivanarana. Chapter 18, Sloka 62 summary. O Arjuna, seek refuge and follow only that one, Ishvara, by all modes. Through the grace of Supreme Lord, you will attain supreme peace and eternal abode. Jai Shivanarana.
Jai Shivanarana. Yeah. So we typically say follow what your heart says, right? That's what I mean. We didn't discuss this last week, so let us just discuss a little bit. So follow your heart is typically what people say when they say do whatever you think is right. Right? I mean, whatever feels right for you, you do it. That's what I say, follow your heart. I mean, that is my understanding. Is that correct? I mean, all of you have same understanding.
Yeah, follow your heart. But that's what he said. That's what pretty much.
Typically, I mean, follow your heart. Follow your heart. I don't know where that kind of came from, but our feelings, our instincts, intuitions, we somehow we associate them with the heart, not mind. And so do whatever follow your heart. I mean, so when we say that follow your heart, we do whatever we think is right, even though others may not agree to it, right? I mean, typically that's when I say, I mean, I'm getting all kinds of let us say you want me to buy Tesla, and other person wants me to buy Honda, and other person. So there are all these inputs I'm getting. Okay, now some I'm not able to decide. So I say follow your heart. What your heart really says. What do you really say? I mean, what do you really feel in your heart? You do that. So then I say, okay, let me buy this. Let me do this. I like this, color, for, painting the room. I mean, that is, again, there is no hard and fast rule, like it has to be only this color. Everybody in the world will like that color. It is just that how I feel, something that comes from my heart. That's what we associate with, right? And when we do that, we do not associate those, whatever comes to us, we do not associate that with God. We think we are independently deciding, isn't it? I mean, when we say I'm following my heart, what I think is right for me is what I'm doing, irrespective of what everybody else says. Okay. So that is so our thinking is that I'm independent. I can take any decision as I wish, and I can execute it and get the results I need or I want. Okay. So basically the underlying thing is that we feel independent. I can decide what I want. That's what my heart says, and that is the right thing for me, and I do it with conviction. I truly believe in it and do it with the conviction, because I'm taking the decision for my own benefit. And I mean, my own, like if the decision is about my family, then I'm doing it with the conviction that it is right for the family, like that. So it is my own thinking, my own feeling that is coming from my heart. Okay. So again, we do not, in that case, we do not feel that we are forced into doing something that we do not like, because that is what we like, that is coming from our heart. We feel satisfied with whatever we are doing. Even if we do not get the results we are expecting, we are still fine with it. So something like I do it with my heart, and it really didn't turn out to be the one that I expected, then we still are fine with it. But if somebody else has forced me to do it, then I'll immediately start complaining, blaming that person. You made me do it. Okay. So basically, his statement was that I am residing in the heart region of all beings. So we need to see, when I'm taking a decision, I'm believing in my heart. So I'm going by what I think is right. Lord Krishna is saying is, I am sitting in your heart. Okay. So when we are obedient to our heart, when we take the decision, but we have to go deeper than that. We have to declare our obedience and dependence on God who is sitting in the heart. So like we always say, right? Like when you look at sun is giving the light. Now we only stop at that level of sun. Sun is giving us a light, we say. Saying, it does not occur to us that sun is dependent on Paramatma to give the light to us. Sun cannot independently give the light to us. Okay. I mean, we don't associate who is behind sun. Now, for example, we are, we're getting milk from cows. So we only look at, cows are giving milk to us, but we don't see what is behind that is enabling the cow to give the milk to us. So here we are saying that heart, we stop at the heart level. That is eye level. Okay. But Paramatma is telling us, I am actually in your heart. Okay. I'm residing in your heart. So don't stop at your level. Go all the way deeper and associate with me. What I think is right, you have to do, not what you think. Okay. I mean, I don't know if I'm able to explain. So Lord Krishna is telling us to feel his presence in our heart when we think of what is right for us and what we need to do. So in this sloka, Lord Krishna is telling us, seek refuge in him. So he's saying, right, seek refuge and follow only that one by all modes. So seek refuge in him, because he's the ruler, supporter, controller of everything in this universe. I will do my duty, but he is responsible for the action and results. I need to listen to his instructions. Okay. Because we are listening to heart, right? And so if we imagine Paramatma is in our heart, then we will listen to Paramatma. And how do we listen to Paramatma? I mean, he's not talking to us from the heart. He's talking to us through Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic scriptures. So we follow the scriptures. And when we do what is with our heart, what is coming from our heart, we do it with conviction. Same way, when we are associating Paramatma to, who is residing in us, he is the one who is giving us the instructions for us to do. Then when we do it with conviction. Okay, conviction is we do it with the body, speech, and mind. It's not like somebody's making me, forcing me to do it. So when we are following the instructions that are given in Bhagavad Gita, that is not like, oh, I don't like it, but I have to follow because he said so. It's not like that. I will totally believe, I will totally surrender to that knowledge that is Lord Krishna is giving to us. And with conviction, belief, firm belief that we will be doing not just body level, at our speech level when we talk, and also mind level. Whatever we are thinking, analyzing, everything is based on that knowledge. So, so everything is in sync. What we think and what we say and what we do are all in sync with the instructions that Lord Krishna gave to us, which are coming from our heart only. It is not something that somebody sitting on the top of the clouds is telling us to do. He is within our hearts. Okay, and when we are following our heart, we are really following Paramatma, and following Paramatma through his instructions with conviction.
Yes, I think that the connectivity from the heart to God, I think it makes, yeah. We did not do that, right? That's what I think.
Right.
Our heart, and we are doing it on our own. Right?
Yes, I mean so in the previous sloka, when we explained we connected heart to the importance of the heart organ itself, right?
Yeah.
So that is the first organ that is created in us. That is the, I mean, I'm discussing with my brother's son. He's studying medicine here, and I was talking to him about when do you call somebody died, right?
Mm.
So is it when people stop breathing, or because when we are given the general anesthesia, it seems we will stop breathing by ourselves. We cannot breathe, depending on the situation. But there are, when the certain surgeries, they will stop breathing. So they're given the medicine to not, relax the whole body, so that it even relaxes the lungs also, so they can't breathe anymore. So does it mean we die? Was the question.
I'll see the rest.
Is in the car?
Okay, so then so we were discussing, but definitely not dying, because they are coming back from the operation, right? I mean, lot of operations are happening where people are given this medicine that they cannot breathe for minutes. So then it is not that they are dying because they're not able to breathe. It is the heart. So if heart stops functioning, then done. So that's why, even though Paramatma is present in the whole body, he chose this for a reason. He's telling us that, hey, you are created because I am the first. Maybe the first cell in our body is given the energy by Paramatma. So we are here today in having billions of cells in our body. Without him giving us this energy, we will not have this body at all. Okay, so those cells will, the first organ that gets created is heart, that we can see, because that is what is going to distribute the blood to all the cells, and they start growing and then splitting and becoming, the growth is happening in the fetus. So that is the physical aspect of it. Both at the time of creation, growth, sustaining, and then finally death. So the entire bodily cycle has dependency on heart. He is within our heart, making us live, because none of us know how to make the heart beat. So obviously we have a dependency there. So we cannot reclaim our independence at all. No matter what we are doing, we are always dependent on him, because Heart is in his control. So second is the thought process. So he is the one behind us, giving us all these thought processes. Of course, it is the mind that is also, because, I mean, he explained in that same sloka that he is behind our memory and our analysis and our guess. We are able to estimate what is going to happen in future. So all that is behind him is Paramatma only. So that thinking process is also Paramatma behind everything. And here, if you look at it, he's saying that take refuge in him, because he's the Ishvara, because he's the one who is controlling our body and mind. And all the actions are happening because of the gunas of derived from Prakriti, and the Prakriti is in his control. So he is the Ishvara overall, not only body, the nature. Without our body and the nature, we are nowhere. So that's why he is the Ishvara. So we have to take refuge in him only, no one else. Now it's not like myself, I am great, or these so many people who are supported me are so great, I will only believe in them, I am surrendering to them, I'm going to take refuge in him or them. That is, we should not stop there. And or we should attribute because the nature is giving me, so I will only believe in nature, take refuge in nature. Of course, it is nature that is giving us the food and everything that we are able to live. Which we have to recognize that, but we should not stop there. That nature is also ruled by Paramatma only. So we have to take refuge in him only, Paramatma only, or Ishvara that he called in the previous sloka. So then we will attain supreme peace, eternal supreme peace and eternal abode. So supreme peace is reducing our karmic bondage. Then we will reach that state of supreme peace, and then finally we reach eternal abode, that is the Paramapada. Okay, 63. Any questions on that? Okay, we covered 63 also last week, right?
We covered 64.
Oh, covered 64 also. Okay, we'll go through 63 and maybe 64 and yeah, because already late. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go to 63.
I can go ahead, sir.
Yeah, please.
Chapter 18, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, Sloka 63. Iti te jnanamakhyātam guhyāt guhyataram maya vimrusrai tadeshena yadechasi tada kuru.
Vimrusya etat aseshena. So vimrusya etat. So etat aseshena become etadesena. This becomes da.
Etadaseshena.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I was thinking Daseshena 10, something little 10. That's not the case, right? This is not Daseshena.
No, that's no.
Etadaseshena.
Yeah.
Little bit difficult word.
Yeah, vimrusya etat, vimrusyaitat. A plus A becomes I, and ta plus A becomes da. Etat asesena, etad asesena. I mean, so great. Okay.
Jai Srimanarayana, chapter 18, sloka 63 summary. Lord Krishna said, thus more mysterious than mysterious wisdom has been told to you by me. After considering fully, do just as you wish. Jai Srimanarayana.
Jai Srimanarayana. Yeah, this do as you wish. Lord Krishna is not saying. So, I mean, let us, if we put ourselves here, right? I mean, we are not, we are not in Kurukshetra war. We are not fighting. That is not our duty. So, so we listen to the entire Bhagavad Gita, and Lord Krishna is saying, after considering fully, do as you wish. Let us say Lord Krishna is telling us. So then, okay, then let me follow whatever I think. Either to follow Bhagavad Gita or not to follow Bhagavad Gita. If I follow Bhagavad Gita, let me do whatever I want. I pick like sloka 1, 5, and 10 or 25, and then okay, this is what I'll follow. And I mean, Lord Krishna said, do as you wish. I'm going to do it. I mean, is that what he's asking us to do? No. So this, what he's saying, do as you wish, is not related to the daily activities or the activities like, you decide whether to fight or not. He's not saying that way. Okay, it is linked to more mysterious than mysterious wisdom. So this is in the same sloka, right? So if you are saying that, okay, if he says independently like this, do as you wish, I mean, then it is, yeah, we could probably treat it that way. But he's saying, Lord Krishna is saying, linking it to the mysterious wisdom. I told you this mysterious wisdom, and then considering it fully or in total, do as you wish. So it is related to the liberation, not about whether to fight or not, or whether to eat food or not, or whether to do puja or not. It is not like that. Okay, do as you wish doesn't mean that. So so it is which path that we want to follow is what Lord Krishna is saying. Okay, he's asking Arjuna, okay, choose whichever path you want. Okay, karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, that way. Not like whether you want to fight or not, because he already mentioned that you will not be able to sit quietly, because your inborn quality will not let you sit quietly. So you are going to fight no matter what. Okay, but when you fight, do you want to do it as because it is your duty, I have to do as karma yoga, that way, or you do without? So doing as karma yoga will not bind you, but without that, with hatred, with anger, rage, that with that, if you fight, then it is going to bind you. That is where the difference is. Fighting is not going to change. Okay, he's going to fight.
One quick question, Andy.
Sure.
See, basically, Bhagavad Gita, the way I'm realizing, whether one believes in moksha or not, whether one wants moksha or not, still, I think, Bhagavad Gita gives us the path, irrespective of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is correct. I mean, we these are the principles to manage our life.
Life, exactly.
Right. So now when somebody may say my management of my life is only limited to what I want, materialistic. Okay, that is also fine. For them, they are only stopping there. But this Bhagavad Gita can give knowledge to manage our life for the, for not just this life, like millions of lives to come. Okay, and it can lead us to liberation. So somebody may just want to, let us say, there's a big shopping mall, and lot of items in the shopping mall, and then say, okay, you go into the shopping mall, you pick whatever you want, as many as you want. Somebody says, oh, I want only chocolate, I'm only interested in chocolate, and I just want to pick chocolate and come back. Fine, no problem. I mean, you'll get chocolate. But if somebody says, let us say there are more better things in that shop than just chocolate, they will pick up that, right?
Yes.
So in Bhagavad Gita is not that, only for people who want liberation can can make use of Bhagavad Gita, or Bhagavad Gita principles will be useful only for those. No, it is useful for all. Okay, if one wants to use it only for materialistic benefit, no problem. I mean, there are principles which give happiness even in this particular life. One thing is that it doesn't say that chanting Bhagavad Gita will give you miracles. I mean, will make miracles for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Because
so if somebody is
sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, it's like if somebody is saying that, oh, chant Bhagavad Gita and you'll become a millionaire, or you'll get all this stuff. I mean, that doesn't promise in that. Actually, chanting Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita will give us the knowledge not to think that way. So, but one thing is, every mantra has good effects on us, whether we understand or not. So it will put us in a path towards better. Maybe initially we only get the chocolate, but we will be in a position to accept big ice cream, or a lot of stuff. So that's how probably we all started. Like, we may have a little bit interest, and I want this, I want that, and then okay, this Bhagavad Gita, and then we get introduced to it. Initially we are only focused on getting some small benefits, materialistic benefits, but once we get into it, then we get the real knowledge.
Yeah, because the other day I met someone and he was asking me all kinds of questions. So fortunately, I could answer some of them. But eventually he said, well, do you mean to say that people who don't know Bhagavad Gita, let's say there are other religions, all over the world. So what is their situation? So, I said, first of all, we don't know what is in their religious books. I have, probably in Bible to some extent we are familiar, others we don't know. But yeah, that it's a kind of a lifestyle, and I didn't know how to answer that question.
Yeah, I mean, one thing is that, so it's a very good question. Lord Krishna explained in next few slokas, that is in Falastruti or Uttara Pitika, after the 66 sloka, he mentioned who we can share this knowledge with, in the sense that when we share this knowledge with somebody who does not believe, may not be able to make use of it. And so he will go through those slokas. It is. I mean, there is a like misconception that Bhagavad Gita is only played when somebody passes away, right? Only for old people. So that
Not only
misconception.
that, sir, in RR movie, the latest Rajmouli's movie, they used Bhagavad Gita sloka, and
Oh,
they are
really?
making yes,
which
in this RRR movie, they
Which
recently released 2-3 days back.
Yeah. Which sloka you used?
Which is sloka? There where Krishna says, "Do the work what is assigned to you. Don't expect any results."
okay.
That's
Karmanyavadikaramasti.
Karmanyeva. That
Okay.
is the main sloka in. They are using that sloka in that movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
if it is presented in a way that is catchy for anybody, I mean, everyone can benefit out of it. Okay, they understand. So it has nothing to do with God. Again, lot of these principles have nothing to do with Paramatma, right? These are for our own benefit, but we will be able to make the best use of it when we recognize Paramatma. Okay, the best use is get the liberation. Temporary benefits are we'll be happy, we'll be able to get more, we'll be able to manage our life better than what we used to. But we have this knowledge can be used for liberation when we know Paramatma.
Yeah.
And of course, 66 sloka is going to tell us. So, that is, we have the ultimate knowledge, and whoever wants to make use of it, they have that they can go all the way up to that. If they want to focus only on karma yoga, that's fine. Karma yoga, one sloka, they can do that. Once they start doing it, their karmic bondage will go down. They will be able to get more knowledge, or they get associated or appreciate the
So
knowledge. Yeah, go ahead. Andy.
I was going to say, Madhvi, I don't know if you remember in our childhood, we got this movie, Bobbulu Puli.
Drama cinema, right?
So in that movie also there is this
Yeah,
sloka.
exactly,
But
right? Entire movie. I was about to exactly say that. Right?
Yes.
I did not watch.
Entire movie?
Maybe I forgot that one.
83,
Uh,
92, yeah.
So
I think so
but
most of these movies and world movies, their concept on, they were all based on, scriptures and things like that. Latest movies we can say, but
yes, this guy used it very in a very critical situation, and very nicely he made use of that sloka.
very good, very good. That's
In a
nice.
but I don't know whether people can understand it or not. But the guy tells the meaning also. After reading the sloka, he tells the meaning. That is basically he is talking about essential of Bhagavad Gita in a situation that is suitable to everybody. Everybody can make use of that sloka if they understand it.
Very good. Yeah, that's nice. Wonderful. Okay. So yeah, Lord Krishna said, "Do as you wish," and Arjuna started crying. We mentioned there are three scenarios. No, 3 times that Arjuna was crying. In Bhagavad Gita. So this is the last one. 63. After listening to 63, he started crying.
Prasad Garu, can you please send this PDF one more time? I think I got Sloka 3, not 63. So if you later when you yeah, for some
Okay.
reason. Yeah, please, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
64.
64. Okay, last.
I can go ahead and I can.
Yeah, please.
Sloka 64. Sarvaguhyatamam bhuyaha shrunu me paramam vachaha istosi me drudamiti tato vakshyami te hitam. Jai Shrimanarayana. Chapter 18, Sloka 64 summary. Lord Krishna said, listen to my superior word again, the most mysterious of all. As you are very dear to me, I will disclose the beneficial advice to you. Jai Shrimanarayana.
Jai Shrimanarayana. So when Arjuna started crying, Lord Krishna knows, so he only used the word more mysterious than mysterious in the previous sloka. Now he's saying that the most mysterious of all, right? So out of all the knowledge that he has given, this one is the most mysterious. So that Lord Krishna is going to tell in the next sloka. So what is the most mysterious? Guhyatamam. So we have so many means he has given, right, in the entire Bhagavad Gita. So out of all that, I mean, at a very high level, it is Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. So those are, combining all of them is more mysterious than the mysterious knowledge. Mysterious knowledge is, knowledge that is beneficial only for, satisfying our desires, still mysterious. But the Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, all these are going to give us the final goal, right? Lead us to the final goal. So out of all these, Guhyataram, Sarva Guhyataram, which one is the most mysterious?
So chapter 9 we have Rajavidya, Rajaguhya.
Right.
So there Bhagavan tried to give his essence.
Yeah, that is bhakti. Yes.
Bhakti. Yeah. Yes.
So bhakti is the most mysterious of all, best knowledge.
Yes.
So that is again, I mean, it is the most mysterious. It is not suitable for everybody, right? People may not be able to simply just jump in and then start practicing it. They can make attempt to it. There's no harm. No, there's no problem with it. But it is at a higher level compared to Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. So this is the most mysterious of all. And so he is going to tell about that most mysterious, which is the Bhakti Yoga, will come in the next sloka.
I mean, in chapter 15, the last sloka, iti guhyatamam sastram idamuktam mayanagha, Purushottam Pratyaga, right? There also he talks about, I think there probably talks about the whole Bhagavad Gita there. I mean, I'm trying to find the meaning of that.
Yeah, right. I mean, bhakti, so he's talking about himself, right? I mean, himself in the sense, the knowledge of Paramatma.
Yeah, Paramatma, Purushottam Pratyaga, yeah.
So Purushottam Prapti is knowledge of Paramatma, right? I mean, that is Paramatma and our devotion to Paramatma, how we, how we are devoted to him is going to, that is the best thing, the best of all. So if I'm only focused on Karma Yoga, I'm daily doing activities, my regular activities, and I do them as service to God, is one level. Then I'm learning about myself, that is Atma, and focus on Atma, that is a second level. And then knowing about Paramatma, and how I can, why I should be devoted to him, how I should be devoted to him, all that is bhakti. Right? So yeah, 9th chapter, 12th chapter, 15th chapter, there are some places where bhakti is mentioned. So all that, if you put together, that is the most mysterious of all. So, but and he mentioned the Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, that sloka 65, which is what he mentioned about bhakti in the previous chapters.
We do it only one sloka, and I don't know whether
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, if it, yeah, no problem.
everyone.
Yeah, that'll be good, Andy. I'll quickly chant the Prarthana. Om Asmatgurubhyo Namaha. Krishno Rakshatu no Jagatraya Guruhu. Krishnam Namasyamyaham. Krishne Namarasyatravo Vinihataha. Krishnaya Tasmai Namaha. Krishna Deva Samuthitam Jagadidam. Krishnasya Dasosmyaham. Krishne Tisthati Sarvametadakhilam. He Krishna Samrakshamam. Jai Srimanarayana. So chant 65, sloka 65. Please chant. Manmana bhava madbhakto.
Manmana bhava
madbhakto
Madhyaji mam namaskuru.
madhyaji mam namaskuru.
namaskuru.
Mame vaishyasi satyam te.
Mame
Me
vaishyati
vishyam te satyam te.
Mame vaishyasi satyam te.
satyam te.
Satyam te.
Pratijane priyosi me.
Pratijane
Pratijane priyosi me.
Let's chant together. Manmana
Mana
bhava
bhava madbhakto madhyaji
madhyaji
mam
mam
namaskuru.
namaskuru.
Mame
Mame
vaishyasi
vaishyasi
sattvam
satyam
te
te.
satyam te pratijane
Pratijane
priyosi me.
priyosi
Me.
me. Yes, Srimanarayana. I think Balaji Garu, you probably got confused because the Satyamte was not there in the previous, the 12th chapter, I think, right?
Yes, correct.
So you memorized 12th chapter. So that's why
Yes.
you were automatically chanting the 12th chapter.
9th chapter, 9th
Ninth chapter.
Yeah. Madhyadi mam namaskuru. Same verse line is there. Yes.
Ninth chapter, sorry. Ninth chapter.
Ninth chapter.
So let me open that one.
sloka, 9th
So
chapter.
I mean, I realized that you're
Maya-
going to that 9th chapter, 34 sloka.
Yes. Yeah.
Mame Vaishyasi
Yuktaiva.
Yuktaiva.
Yes.
Okay. And you're, that's good memorization. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So here, I mean, Lord Krishna simply repeated most of it, right? Whatever we discussed in, whatever he said in 9th chapter 34 sloka, He simply repeated it. So 9th chapter is basically Bhakti Yoga. So that is the Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya. I mean, this is the Raja means king and means the best, right? So this is the best knowledge and the most mysterious knowledge. So that is supposed to be protected, preserved, observed. So which is going to give us the best result. So that is the bhakti. So exactly the same meanings here in 18 chapter 65. So he's saying manmana bhava mad bhakto. So bhava means become. So what we should become? Manmanaha. Manmanaha is one whose mind is fixed on me. Meditate. So this is a definition of bhakti. When if somebody was looking for, what is bhakti, right? I mean, we can quote these points. Okay, mind is fixed on me. Then madbhaktaha, whose heart is filled with deep unconditional love. Okay, deep unconditional love. Madhyaji is who worships worships me, serves me with no expectation. Okay, with no other motive than service itself. So, I mean, if we say, I am a great devotee of Paramatma, go to him and say, I want this, I want that, I want this, I mean, I need this. Then it is, yes, we are worshipping, but that is not the bhakti that Lord Krishna is talking about. Okay, so madbhaktaha is heart is filled with unconditional. This is deep unconditional love is what our acharyas have given us the real meaning behind that. So basically, nobody is forcing us, and situation is not forcing us. Nobody else is forcing us to do. We have conviction, right? That love is unconditional. It is not based on, if you give me this, I'm going to be bhakta for you. If you don't give me this, I'm going to hate you. That is not bhakti. So if I am approaching Paramatma with that kind of condition in my mind, I don't follow this. I'm not following the real bhakti principle. Okay. So if I am following real bhakti principles, bhakti yoga, then I am surrendering myself to him unconditionally. I have unconditional love for him. Okay, it is not going to be disturbed by anything else. Okay, my heart is completely filled with, no other thing is more, looks great for me. It's like if I put Paramatma on one side and $1 million on the other side, I will still choose Paramatma. I'm just giving an example. I don't consider anything else is better than Paramatma. Paramatma is completely in my heart, completely filled in my heart, with no force, pressure, at all, and always fixed on. It's like only when I go to temple, I remind, I pray to God, and then as soon as I come out of temple, I'm on my own. Okay. I'm totally independent. I can do whatever I want and whenever I want. And after doing it, then I pray to God. Okay, God, now give me. So then it is not bhakti yoga.
So,
Yeah, go ahead, Andy.
And the 12th chapter also, I felt Bhagavan has clearly explained who he considers as Bhakta.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. But this 9th chapter, what is amazing is that Prakritim Swamavastabhya Vishrujami Panah Panaha. So Bhagavan clearly said, in the beginning of the Kalpa, based on our, vasanas, he is actually Vishrujami Panah Panaha. He is creating us. So that's probably the best rahasya he gave, I felt.
Yes,
One
yes.
of them.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So Namaskuru is, bowing down, offering our obeisance. So we are declaring our dependence on him. We are not feeling independence, right? I mean, I'm always dependent on you. Like, when do we bow to somebody, right? He is the greater, I am lower, right? I mean, that's typically when a higher officer comes lower, they will bow. Okay, so we consider he is the supreme. Okay, and I'm always dependent on you. Okay, so I am not, my bhakti is not linked to my own selfish motives, comforts and things like that. My bhakti is unconditional. My bhakti is, is towards you completely. Nothing else. Mam eva eshyasi. Okay. So mam eva eshyasi. So he's saying, you will attain me. Okay. This mam is like associated with one who is fixed on me. And namaskuru, mam namaskuru is my offer obedience or prostrate to me. Then mam eva eshyasi. So Lord Krishna is saying, when one is like this, you will attain you will attain me. Okay. Satyam te pratijane. So pratijane is coming from that word pratigna, right? Okay. So I am promising. Okay. And I am promising to you, te. Okay. Pratijane te satyam, that this is true. This is the truth. I'm promising that this is going to happen. Okay. So here Lord Krishna is promising. Imagine, like, if we promise, then we may break our promise, because we may not be, even if we really wish to do that, we may not be capable of keeping the promise, because we have limitations, right? But if Paramatma is promising, then what can be the limitation for him? Nothing, right? So he is confirming to us that you do this, then you will attain me.
I can guarantee you that you.
Yeah, I am promising you. Yes, I am guaranteeing you. I'm confirming to you. Okay. Why? I mean, he's telling Arjuna, Priyaha asi me, you are very dear to me. So I am promising to you, O Arjuna. Okay. This is the truth. Okay, this is Satyam. And because you are very dear to me. Okay. So yeah, manmanaha, madbhaktaha, madhyaji, mam namaskaru. So 4 of them.
Four
Okay,
qualities.
this we need. Yeah, 4 principles. So if we do that, then we will attain him, I am promising. And here, what did he say? In 9th chapter, 34 sloka. So he's saying that yuktva evam, okay, evam, in this manner. Like this previous ones are all same. Okay, manmana, madbhakta. I mean, so those are same. But here he's saying yuktva evam atmanam. Atmanam is atman is not atma. It is the meaning is manas. So after engaging manas like this, those 4 points that we mentioned earlier, okay, matparayanaha is after taking shelter in me, mam eva eshasi, you will come to me only. So here he didn't promise here, like I mean here the focus is on our actions. Okay, so I mean it's the same, he's saying that you will come to me only. Is if we follow this, if you take shelter in him, and if you have these principles, if you are following these principles, then he's saying that you will come to me only. He emphasized here, I am promising to you. So there is there shall be no doubt. Okay, so that's why this is the best of all, best knowledge of all, or best principle of all. If we want to reach liberation, not for gaining our personal materialistic comforts, benefits. Okay, so those may come automatically or may not come. It's immaterial for us, because we are, I mean, that is the principle of bhakti, right? I mean, we are not concerned about ourselves. I mean, in the sense that I need to have this much money, or whatever we need in this world. Okay, so it may or may not come to us. We don't care about it, but we surrender to Paramatma. And he is saying that we will attain him. Okay, he's not saying that I will give you all the benefits that you need in this world. So that is, there are people who are approaching Paramatma for the sake of money, or health, or wealth, some benefits in this particular life. That's also fine. They will also get it, but they will not reach Paramatma. Once you, people who have this real bhakti, I mean, there's no real bhakti, then they will attain Paramatma, and it is his promise. Any questions on this?
That means he's promising all of us indirectly, right? That's what he's kind of saying. If we get
Right.
4 things.
Yeah. So up to here is, you can consider this as one section of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So that is over. Now 66th sloka is the real message that Lord Krishna wants to give to us.
Yeah.
So 66 we will, with Acharya's grace, God's grace, we'll hope we'll discuss that in detail. So 66 sloka is the one that is the reason why even Paramatma took the birth as Lord Krishna. He wants to give that message to us. So all this is great. We follow all these principles that were given to us, whatever, based on our qualifications and all that. So we'll do that. But 66 sloka is the one that we have to follow. So
my father used to read this, when I was a child. So I learned it from him, because he used to read it every day. Sarvadharma parityaja mam ekam saranam vraja antva sarva kind of a thing. So
yeah, that is the Charama sloka. And that is the message that Lord Krishna wanted to give us. And it is, there is a lot of significance for it. It is it is following the Dvaya Mantra. So we have Ashtakshari, Dvaya Mantram, and Charama Sloka. These three are the foundations for our liberation. Okay, so we chant all these three on every day. So of course chanting, and also try to practice what is given in the sloka. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll discuss further again next week. Okay, next week is Ugadi, Saturday. So we'll discuss the schedule later on, if we want to change it.
Sure.
Okay. Let's chant.
Kayena vacha
Kayena vacha
Manasendriya va buddhyatmana va prakriti svabhavat
Sagalam parasmai
Parasmai
Narayanayati
Ayati
samarpayami
samarpayami
Srimannarayanayati
Srimannarayanayati
samarpayami
samarpayami
Sarvam Shri Krishna
Sarvam Shri Krishna
Arpanamastu.
Arpanamastu.
Om Asmadgurubhyo Namaha. Jai Srimannarayana.
Jai Shivanara. Thank you,
Jai
everyone.
Srimannarayana.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Jai Srimannarayana.